Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Spirit of Life Alchemy. Today is the 7th of December 2021. We've got some astrology every day. So today we've got the moon's going to conjunct Venus and Pluto, which themselves are just about in conjunction, and then sextile Mars before it moves into Aquarius. So what we've got is shining a light on things around our values, and our partnerships and relationships and harmony, financial matters and money, and how we can build our values into ourselves. There could be power plays or, deep diving into the psyche to uncover blockages that we may be carrying. And then the moon's going to sextile Mars. So what we uncover, we may have a drive to take action on what we discover. And then the moon is going to move into Aquarius. So after the last few days of building and doing the work and earning the money and things like that, we're going to move very much into the mind, groups coming together, the future, innovation, thinking outside the box, which could be really good on the back of the aspects that the moon's going to make beforehand. And then we're going to have Mercury squaring Neptune. So there could be some conflict. Squares are about conflict. There could be some conflict about our thinking processes and our mind, our assumptions, reason, logic, being at conflict with communication with spirit or the bigger picture, or the universal unconscious, or the collective. Okay, so it sort of goes from sort of within to what comes out and how we can balance those energies. Okay, so I'm thinking about doing a little group thing around winter solstice, 3 or 5 or 7 days in a separate private group of doing morning meditation, and then a reading and question and answer with the group of people that are interested. Probably do it sort of UK time, 8 to 8:30 in the morning starting. So we do it just as the sun's rising, which would be really great. You may catch me in my pyjamas and dressing gowns, doing it at 8 o'clock in the morning with a cup of tea. So it's going to be quite casual. But yeah, if you would be interested in doing something like that with me, then either let me know in the comments or through my email address, and I'll see how much interest there is for it. It's something that I'm going to be doing personally anyway, and I just thought I would open it up to a shared experience with other people if they're interested. You may even catch me doing it from my bed. So yeah, as I say, it's going to be casual, but that time, those days running into winter solstice and coming out the other side, quite powerful time. And also there's quite a lot of powerful astrology going on. So on the 19th we've got the full moon at the same time as Venus is going to station retrograde and Chiron is going to station direct. And then on the 24th we've got the last of 3 exact squares between Saturn and Uranus. So there's quite big energies going on there. So yeah, if you fancy some meditation, morning meditation, tarot reading and question and answer type of thing going on, just let me know below. Okay, so let's get on with today's reading, 7th of December. I'm going to start off, going to pull some Gaia cards first of all, get a general flavour for the day. And then we've got a Thoth deck out for today. That felt like the right card for the energies. And then we've got the Work Your Light deck out as well, in case we want to do some clarification at the end. Okay, so what do we need to know for today? The 7th of December 2021. What messages has Spirit got for the collective? What do we need to know for today? Oops. Let's see. What do we need to know? Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we've got Moonlight. Travel, romance and potential. Let me just put my glasses on a minute. My eyes aren't very good today. Travel, romance and potential. There we've got beautiful moon across the ocean. That's sort of making me think of Neptune and Neptunian energies and light in Neptunian energies. Then we've got remembrance, resurfacing of past feelings and emotions, diving into the universal oceans of consciousness there, seeing what is brought up, and then healing, reconnecting with your true nature. Okay, then we've got a figure there with a beautiful shining heart on a tree next to her. Okay, so this is sort of reflecting what the planets are doing actually. That sort of deep dive into our values and money and harmony and love and relationships and sort of where we're going. Digging deep into the psyche, bringing up stuff that is possibly blocking us. The resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. That's definitely a Venus-Pluto conjunction type of energy. And then once we do that, the reconnection with our true nature and healing and becoming heart-centered. As we clear away these blockages, these old stories and these wounds that are within us, then it allows more of our true nature to come to the surface, to be seen, and for us to connect in with it and open our hearts in ways that we trust and love both ourselves and love out into the world. So nice message there. Okay, so let's see what clarification we can get on that with the tarot. As I say, I'm using the Thoth deck today. What do we need to know for today? What messages has Spirit got for the collective and the energies of today? Okay, what do we need to know for today? Connecting to Spirit, connecting to the collective, rooting down into Gaia and the earth, being connected in. What messages are there for us today? 7th of December 2021. What do we need to know for today? What do we need to know for today? Let's see where we are. Okay, so at the centre of the reading, we've got the Six of Swords in this deck called Science, and it is Mercury in Aquarius. Mercury in fixed air. Okay, then in the moon position, the subconscious, just out of sight in the dark, we've got the Princess of Swords. Oops, I don't know why I turned that one that way. Okay, Mercury position, communication and information. We've got the Seven of Wands, Mars in Leo. Okay. In the Venus position, harmony, balance, relationships, love, values, money. We've got the Eight of Wands, swiftness. Seven of Wands is called Valor in this deck. And this is Mercury in Sagittarius. Okay, which is where it is at the moment, I think. Just going to check in my moon diary. Let's just have a look. Yep, Mercury is in Sagittarius. Do you know what? Sometimes I forget what day of the week it is and where we are. Anyway, moving on swiftly. In the Sun position, we have the Knight of Cups or the King of Cups in other decks. In the Mars position, the action, wheel drive, creativity. Then we have the Knight of Swords or the King of Swords in other decks. So, the Jupiter card, good luck, good fortune, expansion, what's working for us. We've got the universe. And then in the Saturn position, our limitations, blockages, obstacles, where we're lacking, what's not working for us. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So what I'm getting from this reading is to work with our logical reasoning, rational mind, with the Six of Swords, science, objective, holding our emotions in back. This is making me think of the Mercury square Neptune, okay, where we'd be between the logical and the spiritual, sort of in this conflict. This card is to say not to get swept away in the spiritual, but to be more rational and thinking step by step. In the background, in the subconscious, we've got the Princess of Swords. And I always see the Princess of Swords, especially in this deck. I don't know if you can see all the dark clouds underneath. She's there with her sword and she's cutting away all the intrusive thoughts and negativity and that which isn't essential. So as we're diving deep down, as the moon is conjunct Venus and Pluto, it seems to me that it's about sort of cutting away all of that negativity. And we don't just do this once, we do it time and time and time and time again, gradually clearing all that false self and that negativity or false old stories, negative belief systems and things like that. Generally, sort of, it's done piece by piece, step by step. Occasionally you'll have a big epiphany where you make a major breakthrough, but generally it's like continually work for it. And that repeated having to take action, having to do it, is tying me into the Seven of Wands here, called Valor. So, and the message of this card in this deck is you might have won the battle, but there's still the larger war, which is what I was saying here about sort of, you know, just gradually cutting away things, fighting our way through all the old belief patterns and old stories and stuff like that, all the stuff that limits you. Okay, the Venus card of harmony, values, money, relationships, love. We've got the 8 of Wands. So as we progress from the 7 into the 8, things can change really quickly. It could be that you get that epiphany coming in, a sudden news coming through, or a wake-up call. This is making me think of, so these first 3 cards are sort of connecting me to when sort of the moon is still in Capricorn in the earlier part of the day, and then as the moon goes into Aquarius, we could have sudden breakthroughs and things coming in. The Sun card, what's consciously in front of us, our vital core, vitality and energy. We've got the King of Cups, or the Knight of Cups, in here, and he's charging ahead. This is fire of water. Think of I want to say boiling water, but in fact that is a message for somebody. Boiling water. Don't let your emotions get out of hand or get sort of into emotions like anger or frustration and things like that with this passage and this transformation, which is tying into with it for me to the Mars card, which is the King of Swords. Keep a clear head, keep a calm, coming back to this as well, logical, rational perspective on things. Okay. Balancing the heart and the mind as well, coming back into balance, being in balance, that healing. We work with our heart and our mind together. And then what's working for us, bringing things to completion, this stuff coming up, whatever it is, wherever it's happening in your life, then we're in this cycle of bringing things to completion. I'm just having a look at yesterday's cards and things. We didn't have the World coming out. Was it the day before? I feel like we've had the universe or the World card coming out recently, although it's not in my writings up of the readings and things. So but they have this really big sense of completion and the completing of a cycle. So bringing this cycle to completion is what's working for us and allows us to expand. Okay, what's holding us back and the obstacles is that desire for change. I understand this really well. Now in my mid-50s, and being a Gemini, always 3 steps in front of the rest of the universe, or that's how it seems or appears. Saturn, learning patience, learning that just because my brain's worked it all out really, really quickly doesn't mean that it's going to happen instantaneously. And over the years, I've learnt to work with Saturn much better. In my own natal chart, Saturn is in Aries in my 7th house. It's my shadow side. It's the thing I need to work on is patience and maturity and responsibility in taking time, and that step by step, it all work out in its own time as long as I keep moving forward, especially my relationships with myself and with other people. So yeah, we can't rush these things. Oh, do you know what I haven't done? I didn't pick a card from the bottom of the deck. Yay! We have the Ten of Swords, Ruin, which is the Sun in Gemini. Okay. So often in this card, what you see is a soldier laying face down on a battlefield, and there's 10 swords in his back. It's like sort of, oh, that's the end of something, isn't it? That's the end of a cycle. That's the end of the battle when you're dead. I mean that negatively, but you know, when the war's over, the cycle is finished. The Ten of Swords is sort of, yeah, we're at a stage of completion of, I don't know, mental turmoil, fighting our way through things. Let's just sit back and relax a little bit. As a sort of new change comes in, new directions, which comes in its own time. It could be that we're discovering new goals or new things that we want to move towards, that we're balancing our heads and our hearts between them, so we're far more balanced. And getting out of sort of the negative belief systems and old stories and things. Okay. Let's say logically looking at our system. The Seven of Wands, as I said before, it's just like a respite on the journey. Okay, there will be other battles to fight. Okay, but at the moment, you know, we're bringing something to completion and we can open our hearts and trust. And just going to get some clarity around what we need to do from the Work Your Light cards, or what insights they can give us into this reading. What do we need to know? What messages of support and advice and wisdom does the Work Your Light cards have for us? What messages is there? There we go. Yay! We have get grounded, empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. Okay, which is bringing me back to this Gaia card, the healing. Okay, reconnecting with your true nature, and the heart is on a tree trunk. It's rooting down, it's grounding, it's getting centered, it's bringing the energies down within us. Okay, this science, although sort of, you know, it's a card about the mind, how I'm seeing this in relation to the reading also is about sort of that spiritual sort of knowledge, and it takes us the energy very much up and out into the ethers, which is fine, but we need to ground ourselves and ground that mental energy down into ourselves and into the earth, anchor it into the earth, so that we can actually use it rather than be just swirling around in unrealised potentials or ideas and sort of, oh yeah, I could do that, or I could do that, being just all over the place. Okay, so it is really coming back to centre and grounding as the advice of what we need to do today. Okay, just have a quick look through, see if there's anything else coming up. Oh, they're getting grounded and connecting with nature also sort of helps this to happen quicker. Okay, as we're into balance ourselves. Okay, so that's it for today. If you like this reading or it resonated with you, then please like, share and subscribe. Click on the wiggly bell to get notifications of my readings. If you are interested in doing a little private something with me around winter solstice, meditation, daily readings, chatting about where the energies are, where we are, with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in the morning and in your pyjamas even, as the sun comes up, then just let me know. Okay, For personal readings, you can contact me on my email address below this video. And oh yeah, gift vouchers or reading vouchers for Christmas presents for friends and family. Again, contact me below to sort that out. Okay, until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and hopefully I'll speak to you tomorrow morning.